In episode 3, Sophia and Oz really team up together, and it's also Victor's episode. I always viewed Victor as the heart of our show. Aguilar is a family name. I wanted to represent Latinos because I'm half Mexican, but Renzi's Dominican, and so I made Victor half Mexican and half Dominican, and that was something that was really important to me to see depicted.
He's a 17-year-old kid from Crown Point, not necessarily the best circumstances, really one of the worst neighborhoods in Gotham, and we find out exactly what happened with his family.
Que Dios te bendiga. ¿Cómo te fue el día?
Bien. That's the first time we see Victor outside of the influence of Oz. It feels separate from everything else in Gotham. Good man. It's very golden in color, and the family is very warm and introduces us to the love that Victor had, and then we watch him lose it.
And that leaves him basically orphaned in a pretty desperate situation.
I'm sorry.
Which is right when he runs into Oz.
Don't move, you twat-faced little prick!
Talk about a power vacuum. I mean, there's an emotional and psychological and existential vacuum in Vic's life. Now Vic is without, he's a man alone. The two of them are men alone in this kind of broken world.
We never discussed your salary. What do you say? We start you on $1 a week, huh?
1,000 a week?
Someone living in desperation and then having that chance to grab at more. It's this kind of dark American dream that so many gangster stories are about. And there's a moment where Vic could run away.
Vic wants to be with his girlfriend, Graciela, who we're finding out about for the first time. We knew he's lost his family. We didn't know what happened to his girlfriend.
You could come with me.
I'm not sure that he'd let me go.
Who, your boss?
He has this crossroads choice. He feels, in a way, as if he has been kidnapped by Oz.
Setting up that anxiety, those are like the kind of connections that go from the flood, then that scene between Vic and Graciela where he has a chance to get out, and then the panic attack. That Pebble Bliss Vial connection was a huge thing in bringing the whole story and the whole episode together. There's been so many permutations of that scene and how much we see Victor, flashbacks, other dancers on the floor. It's been a real challenge, but it's also my favorite scene.
You were more than your father ever had.
My dad would be ashamed of me.
You wanna know what's shameful, Vic? Working your whole goddamn life, having nothing to show for it.
That scene, it's a heat of the moment. Victor was vulnerable enough earlier in that episode to open up about his parents, and Oz kind of throws it back in his face. Of course, first instinct, I'm out of here. I can go off with this girl that I love and go start a new life. Then screw you, that's what I'm doing. I don't want to be here under the gun the rest of my life.
And you're starting to realize that Oz actually has developed feelings for Vic, that he has a kind of affinity. He thinks of him almost like a family member. Then there's a turn that happens with Vic.
He comes to the realization that he's not necessarily under the gun. He finally has a chance to be something, to feel important, to feel like you're really in the game. Victor starts to see it as more of an opportunity.
One of the things that allows Sophia and Oz to kind of come together in those initial episodes is that there are these characters who everyone looks to as if there's something other about them, and so you see them deeply wanting a kind of vengeance.
Was it worth it?
What's that?
What you did to me.
There was a history between the two of them, a direct history, and there was a kind of a sense of kinship.
They make a good team. They both complement each other and bring out sides of each other that I think the other one needs.
I'm fucking sorry for everything that's happened to you. You meant something to me. Still do.
That always was an important scene for all of us, and that we all knew that the door to Oz's humanity is still open. And he's still able to reach out and try to connect with another person.
Don't move. Don't fucking move.
Oz, you think he can pay us?
You realize how difficult this is for her. The one guy she thinks she maybe can trust, even though she knows that that's a dicey situation out of the gate, he screwed her over.
We gotta fucking go now!
What about Sophia?
Fuck! Leave her!